little mindful practices like we're going to do today in the Aroma journal will help you to notice little joyful moments. Now, I am going to give you a drawing of this spread that you can use for yourself and create your own little scene in your aroma journal and mix up the elements that we've put together to create the joy blend. Now, we learn our belief systems as little children. And when we move through life, we create these experiences that match those beliefs. Many of us believe that we deserve to live in an atmosphere of getting by or just having enough. But according to many teachings, especially the ones Louise Hay teaches, she says that there is an innate something in us that helps us become more joyful. And those are not her words exactly, those are my words. But what this section says is that when you're not good enough, start doing affirmations that reflect what you really deserve. State that you are willing to go beyond your parents' limitations and your own early childhood limitations. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I deserve all good. I deserve to be prosperous. I deserve joy. I deserve love. And open your arms wide and say, I am open to receptive, open and receptive. I am wonderful. I deserve all good and I accept. You won't believe what a difference a little session in front of the mirror does for your inner psyche and how that can help you become more joyful and also see yourself for the first time, maybe even for the first time ever. We're not taught to love ourselves or to find joy in the everyday. We're mostly taught to suppress our feelings, to get rid of the feelings, to stop feeling. And none of those things help us become better people. When you are in tune with your emotions, I'm not talking about just feeling joyful about anything. I'm talking about all the emotions. Our lives are a roller coaster of emotions. You might experience all of them in 1 hour, but you can also manage them. And one beautiful way I love to manage emotions is by changing my environment. And by changing the environment, I'm not talking about buying new furniture or changing the curtains or doing any drastic measures like that. I'm talking about mixing up a little aromatherapy blend. Now, what we've got in this blend is sweet oranges, vanilla, patchouli, and geranium. I specifically use rose geranium in my blend because I love the aroma of the rose geranium more than the regular geranium. And some of the things you can experience with this blend is a calming effect, bringing in of cheerfulness, and it's also heartwarming for you to realize that when you just breathe in and release that with a sigh, that joy is just around the corner. And if you can change your environment with one little drop of magic, then why wouldn't you do it? So, coloring in this page with watercolors is also a little celebration in itself, and it helps you to remember this blend. Now, whether you have the oils with you while you are doing it, or if you're going to mix it later, it's all up to you. What's important now is that you make some time and some space in your life for a little creative moment. I wouldn't want to bore you with any more information than what I've given, except that you need to really embrace these moments and give into that playfulness while you're creating a spread like this. And if you don't want to use watercolors, I would highly recommend using the watercolors, because you could actually feel that emotion flow just like the watercolor flows, and how the paint blends and mixes. And this is excellent for color practice, especially since we are doing a whole month of watercolor during Watercolor Month, International World Watercolor Month. And yes, just experience what it feels like to be there and experiment, mix up colors. I'm not going to turn this into a tutorial. It's all about you finding that creative voice within and just experimenting while you are finishing up your page. I have spoken about sweet orange and vanilla essential oils in previous videos, but the one I'm going to paint next, the rose geranium, is one of those essential oils that offer a range of benefits, primarily because that balancing restorative properties are held within each of those blossoms and the leaves of a specific pelargonium plant. Now, when we talk about its ability to balance, we are talking about balancing mind and body, easing stress and tension, and to promote a sense of calmness in our own well being. It's also often used in skincare. It also reduces the appearance of acne and blemishes and all kinds of healthy skin complexion benefits you can get from rose geranium. As a reminder, you must always dilute your essential oils when applying them topically. Now, when we're talking about mind and body stress relief, we could talk about putting it in a humidifier or putting a few drops of the concentrated mix into melted candle wax, or even put one drop into your bath water. And just smelling this beautiful essential oil is enough to balance out any emotional mood and also help you to feel more uplifted in the aroma of rose geranium. It helps to uplift your mood and create a positive outlook on life. And one of my favorite ways to use it is to put it into fractionated coconut oil and roll it on my pulse points. That way, I am enveloped by rose geranium throughout the day and can enjoy the fragrance continuously. Patchouli essential oil is known for its grounding, calming, and clarifying effects. It's a popular choice when it comes to ancient remedies, and it also promotes emotional balance. There is nothing more deep and rewarding than being in emotional balance while facilitating your own connection, not only to yourself, but also to the divine, and getting in tune with higher states of thinking. Grounding and calming means we embrace the earthiness of this fragrance and use it in our blends as that heavier element to stabilize all the bright and wild turbulence you might be feeling when being overexcited. Having a grounding oil in your blend helps to center yourself through meditation practices. And in mindful practices like these, when you are looking at patchouli as a awakening, you can deepen your self purpose and also use it as a way to uplift your higher consciousness and facilitate an emotional balance that might have been hidden deep within. It's about getting to that place of inner peace and well being. It's known to be protective and purifying and helping to heal negative energies. I've often heard it being used as a love potion where you can put a couple of drops of patchouli essential oil in a solid oil or wax and use that as a perfume to charm your loved ones. In any event, patchouli is a beautiful grounding oil that you must have in your arsenal of essential oils. And it's also another beautiful oil to put in your shampoo. I want to share a watercolor tip with you here as I go in with a pencil on top of that wet paint to draw out the veins of this patchouli leaf, creating those little corners and edges to make the leaf look more realistic and also to add to the texture on each of those leaves. I hope you'll try it. It's a really lovely meditative process that you can incorporate in all your watercolor work. All that's left to do is to name your little piece, and I'll give you a little close up as soon as I've done this. But I'm basically adding this watercolor layer just to have this soft, round, joyful word appear on the page. The colors I mixed up there was a little bit of that reddish orange with some of that light pink, and I quite like how this color plays with the entire scene. If you have calligraphy skills or better watercolor brush lettering, then by all means use your skills to create that word. As you can see, it's a nice and loose, messy, beautiful color display. Nothing looks like I've repeated it, and that's good. Maybe I've repeated the colors here, but for me, having that pencil mark inside that color blob of green really gave the patchouli leaves a beautiful texture. Share your finished page in the community. I'd love to see how your page turned out. And let me know if you enjoyed this blend. Happy, joyful month ahead for you.